I'm Yulia. I'm a certified health coach and I live in a tiny house in Pacific Northwest. This week, it turned into winter wonderland.
This was fun. Thank you.
I moved here last year to be closer to nature and so grateful to have found amazing people who share this love. My hiking buddy Kitty Axel is the cutest. I have been on a personal health journey for a while and learned a lot over the past few years converting vans and making house renovations. I'm very passionate about reducing toxins in our lives, environmental, mental, physical. In this video, I will talk about the important issue of clean indoor air in a tiny house. And I will teach you how to make a healthy, natural fragrance for yourself, your romantic partner, and your home. So I'm going to come out strong and say it. You chose this amazing lifestyle of maybe having a tiny house in the woods or a cool cabin or a nice van, traveling in a schoolie or RV, and you think life is just beautiful and you're living your dream. But did you know that you may be exposing yourself to hidden dangers? And I'm not talking about, getting into an accident or walking in the woods and running into a bear. I'm talking about the dangers of indoor air in your tiny home environment. And to be honest, I'm not just talking about tiny houses, I'm talking about any houses. Every year, 10 million tons of toxic chemicals are released into the atmosphere. In fact, we invent and release into the atmosphere about 1,500 new chemicals every year. So if you look back like 100 years ago, there were hardly any chemicals. And what I'm referring to as chemicals is synthetically produced chemicals. So there were hardly any unnatural chemicals in the atmosphere. And now we have so much. Now, what are VOCs? Volatile organic compounds, according to EPA definition, is released gases from liquids and also solids. Molecules are evaporating from its surface and going into the gas environment or into the atmosphere around you. And essentially, and that happens at room temperature. You don't have to necessarily heat up the surface, but if you do heat it up, if sunlight hits it, that evaporation process becomes even stronger. What are typical household items that contain VOCs? That is, you have all your cleaning supplies, your soaps, dryer sheets, anything fragranced, personal care items with fragrances, lotion, even toothpaste, candles, and diffused fragrances. It doesn't necessarily mean that all VOCs are bad for you. So for example, if you're cutting a grapefruit or a lemon or an orange in your household, every single person that's there will know that you just had a citrus because VOCs are so strong. But the difference is these are natural VOCs, and it's likely than not your body knows what to do with them. It knows how to process it. Now the danger is, like I said, we have all these chemicals, all these new chemicals that are invented every single year, and they actually get into our system. And our body doesn't necessarily know what to do with them because our body holds the wisdom of many, many, many centuries, and it has developed processes around how to recognize certain elements and how to process them. If you can't smell it, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not there. So for example, your furniture, your couch, mattresses, synthetic fabrics, especially those that have a lot of polyester and plastics, foam, all of those things evaporate molecules, evaporate toxic substances into the air that you breathe. So why is it that being aware of and preventing VOCs in small space is so important? Well, I think it's important for any space. Say you bring one couch into a huge house, it will be off-gassing for a while, but the air volume is so big. But if you are in a tiny space, that concentration is really, really high. And what you're breathing in, you are breathing in those toxic chemicals. In June 2018, 15 research teams of 9 different universities decided to do this experiment in one manufactured home. They basically put a bunch of sensors, and I just watched this video. I'm not sponsored by them by any means, but I thought what they did was fantastic. It's called the home chem experiment. So they did an experiment within the home of molecular and chemical sort of composition of the home and what triggers different types of VOCs. I highly recommend for you to check out that video. I will link to it in the video description so you can go there, and they really do a really good job explaining what VOCs are. Today, I wanted to teach you how to make your own fragrance or how to make a fragrance for your partner. And I have recipes for both women with some of the essential oils and notes that women would probably appreciate more, and for men. Making your own fragrance is easy, and I've been doing that for close to 10 years and always get compliments that I smell really good. You'll need high quality essential oils. I love Plant Therapy and doTerra brands. I'm not sponsored. As a base, I love using rose water. You can also choose hydrosols. In fact, hydrosol could be used by itself as light body perfume. I recommend using amber bottle. Fill it up with rose water, and then you'll be adding a few drops of essential oils. For women fragrances, essential oils of grapefruit, geranium, jasmine, rose, ylang, lavender are really perfect. And for men, something woodsy or spicy is great. Cedarwood, rosemary, eucalyptus, patchouli. The fragrance I'm making today is ylang, rose, and blues buster blend with happy notes of grapefruit, tangerine, and geranium. Generally, essential oil to rose water ratio is 1:10, but drop it down to 1:30 or more diluted if you have children and pets around. Start slow with 1 or 2 drops at a time. Be careful not to use too much of deep notes, oils such as cedarwood or patchouli. For beginners, pre-made blends are really great and less expensive option. Natural fragrances made of essential oils of flowers, herbs, and woods have amazing natural healing capabilities to align our body, mind, and spirit. I will also talk about the health of the home and the home fragrances, and some people use diffusers. They also use, like in the bathroom, for example, you get those sprays that act like a deodorant for the air, but they really just mask all the VOCs, and they mask them with even more VOCs, and it's so dangerous. Making a natural home fragrance is very similar. You will need a large amber bottle and fill it up with distilled water. My favorites for home scents are lavender, lemon, rosemary, eucalyptus, lemongrass, and seasonal cinnamon. Today I'm making a blend of lavender and rosemary. Use approximately 10 to 15 drops of each essential oil in a bottle full of distilled water. Close the bottle, give it a good shake, and you're ready to spray in your home. I like to spray it upwards, letting the droplets fall down, cleansing, refreshing, and disinfecting the air. It's especially great in the bathrooms, but will make your entire home smell so good. And another thing I wanted to talk about is candles. Candles are so full of fragrances, paraffins, like all sorts of chemicals that when the candle is burning, it's all evaporating into the space, and it creates a very unhealthy environment. And I will also teach you how to make a candle so you can use it in your household. If you don't have time or the desire to make these things that I recommend. You can also buy some of them. For example, you can buy really nice beeswax candles, and I have a link in my video for my favorite candles. If you have kids, especially, kids love these projects, and they get so creative. This 10 million tons of toxic chemicals or synthetically produced chemicals, about 20% are actually proven to be carcinogenic. And there's probably more, we just don't know. That translates to about 310 kilograms per second of chemicals being released into the atmosphere. Every second, it's 310 kilograms of chemicals that are being released. And if we calculate how much of air supply an average person needs per day, it's about 10,000 kilograms. This 310 kilograms per second translates into air supply for about 2,400 people per day. Now multiply it by however many days in the year or how many years, we are in trouble. Now with these chemicals, there's a lot of uncertainty and there's a lot of unknown. And so your immune system tries to sort of figure it out. And of course, it causes inflammation because it's fighting all these unknown agents. And so a lot of people end up having congestion, asthma, allergies. But not only that, it's starting to get serious and people are getting all sorts of, like even it gets into the depression or brain fog, anxiety, and other things. And this is becoming a serious issue. And now we have multiple chemical sensitivities identified as an actual official disease. Now, 1 in 4 Americans are reporting chemical sensitivities, and about half of them, or even more now, are getting officially diagnosed. If you look at WebMD, there's a lot of information, and now there is MCS Aware organization, so it's a multiple chemical sensitivities aware organization that helps these people with resources and basically how to deal with their disease. Most of them cannot exist in regular environments. They have to build their own homes that have non-toxic, chemical-free environments. Off-gassing is a big thing, especially when you bring something new into your environment, new into your home. You can almost smell it, like, oh, it's a new couch. Look, it smells. Or new carpet that you just put in. It smells like a new home. Well, a lot of what you're smelling is those chemicals, and you really should be very, very careful because over time, it may cause a lot of serious issues for you. One thing that you can do is to really contribute by not investing into things that result in these strong VOCs, and especially taking care of your home environment, because our environment, our home, I look at it as a sacred space, as a retreat space. This is where you rest. This is where you let your body feel like it's home. It's okay to rest and relax and recover, especially in your bedroom, especially around your sleeping area. Our bodies are so wise and so beautiful, and we need to take care of them. We need to give back to them, to allow them the space, the safe space to function as they were intended to be by nature. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this was helpful, that you are going to maybe research and investigate these things for yourself. I'm going to put down a few useful links in the description of the video. Really appreciate you. Please subscribe and like the video. Leave me some comments. If there are any specific topics you want me to talk about, please let me know. I am wishing you happy Valentine's Day and happy almost spring. I hope you're doing well and healthy, and I will see you soon.